So today's topic will be pitch estimation. So will be pitch estimation. I tell you what it is. It's like related to it's audio processing task in machine learning, I would say. And we'll be talking about machine learning. Aspects of it, like how we'll do it, because traditionally it comes under the area of signal processing, so digital or analog signal processing, and we find out frequencies in time domain and estimate what are the pitch, what is the pitch of the uh, particular signal. And this comes under a branch of music information retrieval. So now we'll be talking how it can be self supervised. So this will be the topic today. Now, if I see a sound's pitch is a qualitative measure of its frequency, where a sound with high pitch is higher in frequency than a low one with low pitch. Now, through tracking relative differences in the pitch, our auditory system is able to recognize audio features such as songs, melody. Now, pitch estimation has received a great deal of attention over past decades due to the central importance in several domains, ranging from music information retrieval to speech analysis. So, there are some words which vary their meaning on basis of how they are pronounced. Similar way, if I take an example, a robot which is dancing on the pitch of the sound, or musical lightings and all those things. So these things is like pitch will show that how pitch estimation is important in music information retrieval. Yeah. So traditional approaches. So traditionally, simple signal processing pipelines were proposed to estimate the pitch, working in either time domain or frequency domain. So there are some example, like there is signal processing pipeline in time domain, which is known as PINE, and in frequency domain known as swipe. So, but until recently, machine learning methods has have not been outperformed such handcrafted signal processing pipelines. So things are still in research, and they are not too accurate, uh, currently as well. So this is due to the lack of annotated data. So which is particularly tedious and difficult to obtain, as a temporal and frequency resolution required to train fully supervised models. So now the crepe model was able to overcome these limitations to achieve state of the art result by training a synthetically generated data set combined with other manually annotated data set. So creep model is one of the model which so major limitation is it is difficult to find a data set uh, like at temporal and particular temporal and frequency resolution to train a completely supervised model. So there is a research work which proposed some self supervision technique, which we'll be seeing throughout this session. So in research, in some recent paper, there is proposed different approach to train pitch estimation model in the absence of the annotated data, inspired by the observation that for humans, including professional musicians, so it is typically much easier to estimate relative pitch, the frequency interval between two notes, than the absolute pitch, that is the true fundamental frequency, to solve the similar task. So here in the picture you see the research paper, the one which I referred, and which produces a single scalar embedding that maps linearly to the pitch. And to accomplish this, we feed two signals to the encoder: a reference signal along with a signal that is pitch shifted with a reference signal, uh, which is a random and a known amount. Then we devise the loss function that forces difference between the scalar embedding proportional to the known difference in the pitch. So we are basically finding the difference in pitch, and getting the accuracy accordingly. So pitch is well defined only when the underlying signal is harmonic. Now what harmonic is, that is when the signal contains the components which are integer multiple of frequency, fundamental frequency. So an important function of the model is to determine when the output is meaningful and reliable. For example, if there is no harmonic signal in some interval resulting in low enough confidence, the pitch estimation of that pitch estimate is not generated. So now the model is evaluated against publicly available data set. So and show the that we outperformed handcrafted baselines. So the model which is referred in this paper was tested on publicly available data sets, and which were outperforming despite of no access to the ground truth labels. In addition, by properly augmenting our data during training, the spice is also able to operate in noisy condition. For example, to extract pitch from the singing voice when this is mixed with the background music. So yeah, this is all about this thing. Now I'll show you some implementation part of it. I'll stop sharing. Right, stop share, and I'll share my screen again. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Share. uh, are you able to see my screen? Yeah. So this is a,
Yes.
yeah, basic end-to-end implementation. So here what will we do, we'll basically take a sample input melody which will be a voice from a person, then detecting estimating its pitch, then we'll uh, we after estimating the pitch, then we'll convert into music files that are MIUI files which has keynotes, and then from those notes we will generate a tune. So this will be all about this demo. So I am installing dependencies, and then there is a audio file input. I'll play that input here. Now this particular model which I am using here, that it needs an input of audio file at a sampling rate of 16 kilohertz and one channel, single channel. So this is the processed output. Is it audible? Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the input signal. Now I am plotting this audio signal. So remember, this audio signal is processed. This is sampled at 16 kilohertz and a mono channel input. Now if I plot this signal, it comes like this. Now I will be plotting a spectrogram out of it. So spectrogram is this is the spectrogram which I have plotted out of it. Now I will load the model. This is my model. I will load the model and then execute the model. Now if I execute the model and plot it with respect to confidence, the pitch and the confidence, so I see this orange color is the confidence and blue color is the pitch which is detected. So this is the output from the model. Now if I remove the components which are lower in confidence from the detected pitch, it gives me output like this. So here the same pitch, I have removed the low confidence signal, and then I will match this to the input spectrogram. So this is the input spectrogram, and I am overlapping the detected pitch over the input spectrogram. Now, if you see here, the accuracy, like it is very good. So it is almost detecting it exactly. Now I'll be converting it to the musical notes. So I need to define the notes here, and then I have converted to musical notes. So these are the musical notes here, converted from the that output. This is converted from the uh, d- uh, detected pitch, output pitch. Now this musical notes will be converted into the audio file, which is this. This is the final generated output. I'll play this. So if you can see here, the input voice of the person is exactly matching with the detected pitch and the converted output audio file. So this is all about self supervised pitch estimation. Yeah, I'll stop sharing again and I'll go back to the slide. Mm, share. Yeah. Okay. So now there are few applications I will list here. Yeah.
We still see the code.
Okay. Estimation slides. Now,
Yeah,
uh,
that's
so there are a few applications which I have listed here. So melodies are stuck in your head, often referred to as earworms, are well known as something irritating phenomenon. So once that earworm is there, it can be tough to get rid of it. So research has found that engaging with the original song, whether that's listening to or singing it, will drive the earworm away. So, but if you can't quite recall the name of the song and can only hum the melody, what if? So there were some real life application. So there is something called hum to search. So input signal will be, I don't remember the name of the melody, but the melody is somewhere stuck in my head and I want to get the name of the song. So the input will be my humming voice. I'll be humming it, and there will be a trained model which will get the actual song out of the hummed melody. And the existing method to match the hummed melody to its original polyphonic studio recording face several challenges. Now with the lyrics, background vocal instruments, and the audio of the musical or studio recording can be quite different from the heard hum tune. So by mistake or design, when someone hums their interpretation of song, often the pitch, key, tempo, or the rhythm may vary slightly or even significantly. So, to a major extent, it is solved by creating a spectrogram of uh, the input hum melody and the final what we say, the exact music with all the song instruments and background vocals. So this is one of the application, that is hum to search, and the other one is score a singer performance. So I have an input song and there is a singer. So a singer will that will be same as what I have shown in demo. That singer will be recording the melody or the song, and the system will rate or score its recorded voice, and tell that this to this extent you are good or bad. So these are the two applications I have listed. There can be many more. So yeah, any questions? Hello.
what is the time taken like to figure out the notes for the model?
Figure out.
The notes for the model.
So if you have seen in collab, I have just used the model only, and it's just some fraction of seconds, so it's fast enough.
Okay.
And how big is the model?
That I am not sure. I can check right now and tell you.
So I believe like we need to make it available for mobile. So just want to see like how big is the model and all. We need to see that as well.
Yeah, so mobile version of the model and JS format of the model are also available. And size of the model will be mm, 8.5 MB. Yeah, 8. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
8.5 MB will be there.
8.5 MB. Okay. 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 So I couldn't watch the entire session, but I think the recordings will be available, right?
Yeah, so we can have a look at it because it's our like we are planning for this, right? So we can have another session, detailed one on this.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Thank you so much.
Anything?
It can basically take any sort of voice, right? It could be random noise like traffic or any instrument or tapping on the objects and stuff like that, and it'll detect the pitch.
It should.
Okay, okay. What if there's multiple tones at a time?
So multiple tones. So this is for the monophonic sounds, but the hum to search is an application which is for polyphonic sound. So basically, in this is not covered by this model, but it can be created into spectrogram, which I have read what this hum to search use. And the model will be trained on spectrogram of a large data set of music, and then that will be matched to the hummed music.
Okay.
Okay, if nothing else,
No, I still bada go.
thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pallavi.